Everyone's watching the AI race between OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google for dominance in the chatbot space. Meanwhile, the CEO of a company most people have never heard of just revealed what AI is actually doing right now, and it's not writing poetry or answering questions. Anduril's Brian Schimpf was on CNBC talking about autonomous weapon systems, military robotics, and AI-powered manufacturing at an industrial scale. While the headlines scream about ChatGPT and Claude, the real disruption that's reshaping the world is happening in defense, contracting, and production facilities. Here's the Contrarian truth that nobody wants to say out loud. The AI companies making the biggest changes to how we live and work aren't the ones with the most famous chatbots and the most attention from Silicon Valley. They are the ones building systems that think, decide, and act in the real world without waiting for human permission or approval. When Schimpf talks about where AI is headed, he's not concerned with whether AI can write poetry or pass exams. He's focused on autonomous systems that can solve problems in warfare, manufacturing, and logistics at a speed humans physically can't match. This is the frontier of AI that barely makes the mainstream news because it happens in military budgets and manufacturing plants, not in viral tweets. And this is where the real power is shifting. Anduril Industries was founded in 2017 and has quietly become one of the most important defense tech companies in America. The founders included Tree Stevens and Brian Schimpf, both of whom have deep backgrounds in special operations and military technology. Unlike defense contractors of the past, think Lockheed Martin or Northrop Grumman building fighters and missiles, Anduril is focused purely on autonomous systems and the AI that powers them. The company has raised over $1 billion in funding, which tells you something important. The military-industrial complex sees autonomous AI as the future. Anduril's three main business lines are defense contracts with the United States military, autonomous robotics for commercial and industrial manufacturing, and the software platforms that coordinate all these systems. Think of them as the company that's automating military operations and factory floors at the same time. Unlike consumer AI companies that make money from subscriptions or ads, Anduril makes money from government contracts and industrial clients who need to squeeze efficiency out of existing operations. That's a much stickier revenue model. Schimpf's recent CNBC appearance wasn't random. It's part of a bigger narrative Anduril is pushing, that AI isn't just a productivity toy. It's a strategic capability that nations and companies need to master or fall behind. And here's the kicker about Anduril that most people miss. They're not trying to replace humans. They're trying to multiply what humans can accomplish by removing the thinking time from dangerous or repetitive tasks. The warfare angle is what got Schimpf media attention, and it's the most controversial piece of what Anduril does. Military AI systems sound like science fiction, robots making kill decisions, drones flying missions with minimal human control, but it's not. It's happening right now. Anduril is building systems that help military operators see, think, and react faster than an adversary can. Imagine a drone operator in one location trying to track 50 targets across a massive area. Without AI assistance, it's impossible. A human's attention is finite, but an AI system can monitor all 50 targets, alert the operator to threats, and recommend actions in real time. That's not an AI replacing a human. That's an AI multiplying a human's effectiveness. The key phrase Schimpf uses is human in the loop, meaning a human makes the final decision on any kinetic action, but the AI handles the grunt work of seeing, analyzing, and flagging priorities. Speed matters in military contexts because hesitation can cost lives. If an adversary's AI can process information and recommend actions faster than your operators can even see what's happening, that's a catastrophic disadvantage. This is why the United States military is investing in autonomous systems, not to create Terminator-style robots, but to keep pace with peer competitors who are doing the same thing. Schimpf's willingness to talk about this publicly signals confidence that Anduril's work on military AI is legitimate and defensible. Let's talk about what Anduril's systems actually do in the real world, because this is where the abstract becomes concrete. On the military side, they're building autonomous drone systems sensor networks that can detect threats across vast areas, and decision support software that helps commanders make faster choices under pressure. One example is surveillance and reconnaissance. An autonomous drone system can patrol an area, detect anomalies, flag potential targets for human review without burning through a human operator's attention. That's real work happening right now. On the manufacturing side, Anduril has been investing in robotics and automation that go beyond traditional factory robots. Imagine a manufacturing facility that can optimize its own production line using AI, adjusting speeds, predicting equipment failures before they happen, and coordinating different machines to minimize waste. That's worth real money because it directly cuts costs and increases output. The company's also working on supply chain optimization, where AI predicts disruptions and reroutes production. Both military and industrial customers are willing to pay billions for these capabilities because the return on investment is enormous. A drone system that eliminates the need for 10 human operators, or a factory that increases throughput by 20%, these are multi-million-dollar outcomes per deployment. This is why Anduril's funding rounds are so massive compared to typical software companies. They're not just selling software, they are selling efficiency gains that pay for themselves in months. Here's how Anduril's AI is fundamentally different from everything you see in consumer AI. OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, they build systems that understand language and generate text or images from prompts. A human asks, the AI responds, and then a human decides what to do next. Anduril's systems work differently. They sense, analyze, decide, and act in the physical world with minimal human supervision. ChatGPT is a consultant you ask questions. Anduril's software is like an autonomous factory manager that does things on its own timeline. Consumer AI gets value from intelligence and creativity, how well it understands context and generates novel ideas. Anduril's AI gets value from reliability, speed, and adapting to uncertain environments where the rulebook changes constantly. Military and industrial AI can't crash. They have to work in real time, integrating new sensor data and responding to dynamic situations faster than humans can even perceive them. Consumer AI models train on static datasets. Anduril systems operate in worlds that change minute to minute. There's also a massive difference in investment scale. OpenAI and Google measure success in users and engagement. Anduril measures success in efficiency gains and cost savings worth millions per deployment. That's why military and industry fund autonomous systems at a level that makes consumer AI look like a hobby. The implications of Anduril's rise and Schimpf's willingness to talk publicly are enormous. First, this signals that autonomous military AI is no longer a fringe discussion. It's a mainstream strategic priority for the United States government. The Defense Department isn't funding Anduril because it's a side bet. It's funding Anduril because it genuinely believes autonomous systems are essential to maintaining military superiority. Second, this represents a change in where the real AI innovation and investment actually is. While everybody's obsessed with which consumer AI startup will reach unicorn status, the real money and the real technological advancement is in autonomous systems for defense and industry. The companies solving those problems will make far more money than any chatbot subscription service ever will. Third, there's a geopolitical angle. China and Russia are investing in autonomous military systems as well. If the United States doesn't stay ahead in this arms race, there are genuine national security consequences. That's why military funding for Anduril is bipartisan. Democrats and Republicans both understand the stakes. Finally, there's an economic change happening. As manufacturing becomes more automated through AI and robotics, the companies that can coordinate and optimize these systems will win. Anduril is positioning itself to be the operating system of that future. The implication for regular people is that the jobs most vulnerable to automation aren't the ones making headlines right now. They're in logistics, manufacturing, and military support roles. So what should you understand about this trend? First, autonomous AI isn't coming in 5 years or 10 years, it's here now. It's active in military systems, operating in factories, and being deployed at scale by the companies and governments willing to fund it properly. Second, the AI revolution that's reshaping the world isn't going to be announced in a tech conference. It's happening quietly in government budgets and industrial deployments where the money is so large that the stock price barely moves. Third, the companies you've never heard of like Anduril matter more for the future of technology than the companies you use every day. A system that automates 20% of a military's logistical burden or 30% of a factory's operating costs is worth billions of dollars. A chatbot that's entertaining but optional is a nice-to-have. Fourth, this creates a split in AI development. Consumer AI companies are being valued based on user engagement and cultural moments. Defense and industrial AI companies are being valued based on cost savings and strategic capability. The second one will ultimately be worth more money. Fifth, understand that autonomous doesn't mean no humans involved. It means humans set the objectives and then systems figure out how to achieve them with minimal micromanagement. That's different from the sci-fi version, but it's vastly more powerful than current systems. And these are the trends defining AI's real future. Here's what this all means. While you've been watching the AI drama unfold in the media, OpenAI versus Google, ChatGPT versus Claude, startup versus startup, the real AI revolution has been happening away from the cameras. It's in military budgets. It's in manufacturing plants. It's in companies like Anduril that most people have never heard of. Brian Schimpf's willingness to go on CNBC and talk openly about military AI and autonomous robotics signals that this technology is now mainstream enough to discuss publicly. It's real, it's funded, it's deployed, and it's reshaping how militaries operate and how industries compete. The takeaway isn't that military AI is evil or that automation is bad. It's that the companies and nations that master autonomous systems will have advantages that are almost impossible to catch up to. That's why the defense budget for this space keeps growing and why bipartisan support exists. Everyone, regardless of political party, understands the stakes. So what should you do with this information? Watch the companies operating in this space, not just Anduril, but others too. Follow the government funding and the contract awards, not the startup valuations. And most importantly, understand that the AI future isn't being written in tweets and Reddit threads. It's being written in boardrooms and military planning sessions by teams you'll probably never hear about. Stay curious about where the real innovation actually is and follow the money. It'll tell you the truth about AI that the headlines won't.